taking a moment to thank the cards for being in our circle tonight with their messages and what we have to hear. We trust that the cards do not lie. We know that the cards do not lie. We trust in this form of divination, and we are ready to receive whatever we are meant to hear. Thank you to the tarot for being in our circle tonight. So first off, I pulled past, present, and future cards, as I always do, and then I felt the need to do a bonus. But let's start with the past card, which is the Hermit. Got a nice little sloth here, and I pulled from the White Sage Tarot, by the way, in the theme of purification and Capricorn needing a cleanliness, aligning with things being more pure and simple, and give it to me straight. We got a sloth. Well, when we think about a sloth, what do we think about? Moving slowly. And the Hermit comes in as our past card to say, hey, we just moved into winter a few weeks ago. Capricorn season started with the very beginning of winter. Move slowly and cautiously into this new year. Give yourself grace if you don't want to move fast. If you don't want to make swift changes of your everyday habits, changes of the way that you do things, changes with the people in your life. If you're not ready to make it all happen at once, it's okay. You've got time. You might not want to do it until January 20th when we shift into Aquarius season and Mercury moves out of its post-retrograde shadow. You might not want to do it until the Lunar New Year, the next lunar cycle with the Chinese New Year. You might not want to do it until Aries season in the beginning of spring. So if you don't want to change right now, the Hermit says that's okay. Winter is a time of turning within, being in more stillness, relaxing, like surrendering. You know, this is a new moon that asks us to ground into the earth and just kind of relax. And, you know, fun fact, the only time the sloth just, you know, kind of comes down is to go poop and then like go back up, right? Just let's go to the earth, and goes back to its lackadaisical ways. And we can kind of do that now too. Remember that Venusian influence of this moon right now tells us to let go of things and surrender things and make changes if we're feeling it, but to do it with a little bit of grace and dignity, do it with a more feminine, nurturing feel. We don't have to be so swift and blunt, and you know, the usual Capricorn edge is just not present right now. So let yourself be as graceful as you need to under this moon. For our present card, I did get swords. I got the 5 of Swords. And the number 5 is all about growth. So I do believe this is about letting go of what's tethering us from growing, you know, de-weeding our garden, so to say, and maybe cutting ties with people that are a little bit closer to us. The 5 can be symbolic of maybe family as well. And if you checked out the 2024 reading, we've got some possible challenges with family as we start to pursue our gifts. Notice that these are little yellow ribbons here, and yellow is representative of solar plexus, our joy, our happiness, our work in our joy, our professional pursuits being in our joy as well. So when we learn to cut ties with whoever doesn't support that, whoever doesn't get the way that we're doing things or why we're doing things or why we want to live out of our joy or doesn't support that, you know, those are the people that we need to be letting go of right now. So this new moon in Capricorn is absolutely a time to separate. This Purva Ashada Nakshatra is absolutely a time to separate, but just give yourself a little bit of time as you do it. You could use this whole lunar cycle to cut those cords if you needed to. You don't have to do it just right now. We also take into account our future card, which was reversed. This is the Temperance card. And we have these cups pouring water from one to another at the same time. We have the butterfly underneath it all. This is a symbol of patience, understanding that transformation takes time, that sometimes we have to be an emotional mess in the process. Sometimes we have to go through death and grief in that emotional process. There's a lot of feelings that can come about as we make change, as we become a new person, as we step into our new life. So Temperance says, be patient with it all. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the people around you. Be patient as it all plays out. might take a little bit of time. It might take a little bit of work. You know, it's not going to be something that's just given to us overnight. We have to not only wait for it and be patient for it, but we have to do the work to get there as well. You know, Capricorn new moons are about doing the work to get there. Finally, the bonus card, because I just felt like we needed a fourth card, is 2024. It's the first lunar cycle of the year. Lunation typically has kind of 4 main phases: the half moons, the full moon, the new moon. I just felt the need to pull a fourth card, so I did. I got the 6 of Cups. More cups, right? Cups running over. 6 is also a number of family, but can also mean just community or inner circle of support. When we have the cups, this can mean forming our supportive circle that also encourages us to work towards our artistry. Maybe that's actual artistic pursuits. Maybe that's our crafts, our skills, our magic. But we've got to surround ourselves with people that are going to support that. We have to surround ourselves as well with people that understand us emotionally and maybe also align with the same emotions that we experience or we feel, maybe feeling on the same level as we do. Also, people that can be patient with you and help you to be patient. Because water and cups represent time. And since we have this temperance card just coming right before it, I do believe that this is a time for us to have people and techniques and tools and just ways of us being patient and supporting us to be patient as we wait to see our dreams come true, and as we work to make our dreams come true, and as we go through challenging times to make our dreams come true. We're going to need some sort of supportive circle and people in our lives in order to help us. We're not going to do it alone. You know, this fourth card that I pulled was pulled with the intention of what's going to tie it all in together. What's going to help us throughout this entire year? And I got this 6 of Cups. So this is about finding your circle, forming what you need to, going through the emotional processes, the creative processes, the artistic processes, the trials and errors, the trials and tribulations, the soul seeking, the soul searching, the diving deep, the dwelling deep, the looking into the unknown, the desire to move into the unknown, the support to learn from the unknown, etc., etc. That's all we need in this future year. And that's what the 6 of Cups is telling us. And the car drives by to seal it all in.